If your training plan feels a bit all over the place, each week you're doing new exercises, people suggesting that there's a better way of doing it, fitness professionals saying this is the most optimal way, and all it leads to is you being a little lost, unsure, and questioning what will actually work in your training plan. Well, in this video, we are going to simplify this, and I'm going to give you 5 exercises with variations to make them a lot easier and variations to make them much harder as well. Often, we don't need more routines and fancy exercises. We just need to do the basics but actually master them, because it takes time to actually develop proper form and engage the correct muscles whilst doing that exercise. Take tying your shoe for an example. There was a time where you couldn't tie your shoe and you had to learn it. The same goes for exercises and movement patterns. You don't want to end up a jack of all trades and a master of none, and that's why we're going to cover these 5 exercises and make you the master. Exercise 1 is push-ups. Great for the chest, arms and core. And to make them a little bit easier, we can drop onto his knees, and to make them harder, we can add weight to his push-ups with a weighted vest, or we could do decline variations. But what I strongly recommend is you get really strong and really confident in the standard push-up position. And then you can move to different variations such as the diamond, which will work more on the triceps as well. Exercise 2 is dips. Again, great for the triceps, but slightly different variations can target the chest more as well. We can do negatives to start with, and if you're at home, bench dips on a raised surface can make it a lot easier. And they can progress to straight bar dips and weighted once again. But I want you to master the basics, and I want you to do slow and controlled movements within this. Exercise 3 is pull-ups and chin-ups. Now, pull-ups are my all-time favourite exercise. So you can start with what they call Aussie pull-ups, where you get a lower bar and it almost turns into like a bodyweight row. You can use bands to assist you, standard pull-ups, and then all the way to weighted pull-ups, and then obviously there is the close grip and wide grip. And moving on to the chin-ups, again, similar variations to get you started, but predominantly this is going to be working your biceps, because we haven't got a bicep curl in this set of 5 exercises, because we're focused more on the big compound moves where we get the most out of one exercise. Exercise 4 is squats and Romanian deadlifts. So squats predominantly work on your quads, hamstrings and your glutes, and we can do bodyweight variations, moving into jumping squats and then progressing further on once we've mastered them to add in some weight to the movement. And then Romanian deadlifts, these focus on your hamstrings mainly, but it does increase the strength in your lower back, and it can improve the hip hinge mechanics and your total core stability as well. The key with these 2 movements is they are targeting very large muscles in just 1 or 2 movements, rather than having to use 5 or 6 different machines. Exercise 5 is core, and the reason I say core and not abs is because I want you to think of your lower back is as important as your abs. And for this reason, we're going to do a hanging knee raise or a hanging leg raise depending on your level. And the added benefit of this is you get grip strength, you're working on your forearms, and also you're getting a natural lengthening of your spine. So if you're doing a desk job and you're starting to get a bit of aches and pains from being sat down a lot, this is a very nice, easy, gentle way to alleviate that pain. And also, it's a great ab builder with many progressions. And if you've clicked on this video because you are over 30, then I can't stress enough how important some basic stretching is after each routine. So I like to work on my hip flexors. I like to get some rotation in my upper back because that's difficult to get in everyday life. I get my scapula moving, and then I also do a nice pec stretch and then a basic quad stretch to finish off. So to summarize, yes, these moves do seem basic, but if you master them and you work out 3 times per week, get good rest in between, good nutrition and some good sleep, I can guarantee your progress will be far superior than jumping from one craze to another, or just changing your training style and never actually mastering it.